is there anything that you can do to help real? I guess my question is the Genesee County or Sheriff's Department, does it have anything to do with the Flint Police Department, or those are two separate entities?
There's two separate entities.
I see. Okay.
But they're two separate entities. But my belief is that if they can work together, see, if I'm this entity over here and I'm this entity over here, and we're both working in that direction to stop something, how much more effective would it be if we could come together and push toward that way?
Right, I certainly agree.
Pool resources, look at some of the things that we can do to help the community, not just our individual agency, but help this community in whole. And one thing I believe, Flint and this county needs businesses and other people to come in and set up business. One of my firm beliefs is, if I had a business and I went to a place that crime ranked high every year and nothing was being done about it, I would have a problem with that. I would think twice about coming to that area to set up business, because why? I have to think about not only my business, but also the people that work for me.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to be right back with Mr. LaGardye. Stay tuned.
If there be time to expose through discussion the falsehoods and the fallacies, the remedy to be applied is more speech, not enforced silence.
Public, educational, and governmental access television is such a remedy, providing every community with a forum for free expression. PEG Access empowers every voice to be heard. It's the freedom to communicate, and it's only on cable.
Only on public access.
The dream of home ownership, it's something we all want. And for many, that dream is threatened. It's time we offered solutions. So if you're worried about your mortgage and you fear that you may lose your home, please visit michigan.gov/MSHDA, M-S-H-D-A. That's michigan.gov/MSHDA for safe, secure refinancing and mortgage loan options that can help you save the dream of home ownership.
Welcome back to Meet the Candidates. Before we left, we were talking to Sergeant Rod LaGardye. He is running for Genesee County Sheriff. Before we went to break, we were talking about collaborative efforts with the Genesee County and the Flint Police Department. I do see on your literature that you work with FANG, which is actually a collaborative effort. Can you speak more about that?
Yes, FANG is what we call a cooperative concept, where in Genesee County, a lot of different agencies came together. Flint Township, Genesee Township, the City of Flint, Mount Morris, the Sheriff's Department, the State Police, and formed a narcotics investigation group. I served approximately 3 years out there, being as an undercover officer and also being what we call an officer that helped the new undercover officers come in and just do different investigations. That's somewhat of a sense what I believe the law enforcement community should come to. Not that we have to work out of the same office, but the communication line should be open, and we should be all focused on the same problem, talking to each other, sharing ideals. Let's decide this, because no matter what, if we have somebody or a problem with somebody, when we catch them, everybody goes to the Genesee County Jail. And see, I've worked cases where I've got people then come to find out, oh, this person was doing this out there. We need to be, everybody needs to be informed so we can work better.
Right, I certainly understand that. Now, let's talk more about the incumbent. He has been in office, I'm not sure how long. Can you tell us that?
I'm not sure how many years, but I might be incorrect, but I think this would be his. He's in his third term.
Okay.
Because he was appointed after Sheriff Wilson stepped down.
Okay.
And then he ran and got reelected. I think he got reelected a second time.
Okay. Okay. How do you think he's performed in this office in his time?
You mean how much success I think he's had?
Right.
And that goes back to what do we define as success?
Yeah.
A person can define success as their individual goals of their self. A person can define success as how they've touched other people. I've not kept up too much with his activities as sheriff. I don't speak bad about anybody. If I'm asked to speak bad about anybody, I won't say anything at all. Mm-hmm. But I don't know too much of what he's actually done or accomplished.
Okay, all right. Well, let's talk a little bit about your ideas for reduction in crime. Obviously, being elected into this office, people want to know what you have planned for them. What is going to reduce the crime in the community?
First thing that has to happen is that there has to be more community involvement. In order for community to get involved, they have to feel that they are safe and protected in getting involved. That's one of the biggest problems we have today, is that the community feels if I say something, somebody's going to come after me. I have some ideals as far as when people, especially when they get into real serious crimes and people step forward, that there needs to be some program where those people can, if something happened or something out of place, that there's somebody there that can take care of that problem for them. And then it takes the law enforcement community to come together. See, we can sit in offices and riding around cars and be up one street down another, but who actually knows what's going on in that community? Right. The people that live there. So we have to be able to communicate with those people in a way where they feel safe and comfortable. To me, it's not brain surgery. You have to be a people person. You have to be able to relate to the people. They have to be able to feel that you are seriously trying to help them. And I've spent the last 22 years on the Flint City Police Department truly trying to help people and get things done.
Right, certainly. Well, along with the community initiatives, do you think that with the time that you've been on police force, that you've made connections with people in the community that's going to help you on the county level?
I believe so.
Okay.
It's also is to the point where, like, for instance, if something would happen in the city, I would be off duty, but my phone would ring and would say, "Hey, Rod." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'll find out. I'll see what's going on, and I'll let you know."
Okay. Wow. So you do have connections, obviously. Just to take a shift, there's been a new ordinance passed within the city about guys in sagging pants. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that ordinance?
Well, I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
For reasoning is that I taught Bible study last night, and one thing that I touched on is that if we have to come to the knowledge and understanding is how we portray ourselves is how we looked at. For instance, as Christians, we should present our bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God. That means if we know to do better, we should do better. Not saying that this